Hello. This video will discuss the functions of membrane proteins. In a previous video, we reviewed the structure of the cell membrane. If you have not viewed that video, it is recommended that you do so before viewing the functions of membrane proteins. Some of you may have the handout Cell Membrane. In this video, we will be reviewing the third page. The functions discussed in this video will apply to integral proteins. The first function of membrane proteins is that of transport. Transport proteins are used to help substances that cannot cross the lipid bilayer move across the membrane. These substances cannot cross because they are charged, or they are too large, or it may be that they are both charged and too large. Transport proteins are used for facilitated transport and molecular active transport. Both facilitated and active transport will be discussed in another video dealing with passive and active transport. A second function of membrane proteins is that of attachment and recognition. Proteins that are exposed on the intracellular and extracellular side of the membrane can have attachment sites for different elements on either side of the membrane. On the intracellular surface, they attach to various components of the cytoskeleton. On the extracellular surface, they attach to various components of the extracellular matrix. The extracellular matrix is secreted by cells and provides both structural and biochemical support for cells. The matrix also includes elements that are needed for cell-to-cell recognition. Remember that the intracellular surface is the inside of the cell, and the extracellular surface is the exterior or outside of the cell. A third function of proteins found in the membrane are as receptors for signaling. These proteins are receptors that can bind to hormones or growth factors. When bound, they can trigger a signal that begins a cascade of reactions within the cell. And the fourth function of proteins that are found within the cell membrane is that of enzymatic activities. Some proteins are involved in catalyzing biochemical reactions. For example, ATP synthase in the inner mitochondrial membrane. Remember, a catalyst is a substance that lowers the activation energy for a chemical reaction to occur. So, as review, functions of membrane proteins include the role of transport, attachment and recognition, receptors for signaling, and enzymatic activities. As a reminder, a subsequent video will discuss in detail both active and passive transport as a function of membrane proteins.